News 5 giving you a glimpse inside the system. The Cuyahoga County Division of Children and Family Services sat down with us to explain how the child welfare system works.
And some of the challenges those on the front lines face. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg joins us live right now with some of the highlights from that interview.
In our interview this afternoon comes nearly 2 weeks after the tragic death of a 4-year-old Aniya Day-Garrett. And while CFS officials could not discuss specific cases, they did shed a little bit of light on how a case can go from beginning to end. Its budget is $160 million, and it employs more than 800 people. But much of the work that Child Family Services in Cuyahoga County does is on the individual level.
I think the most challenging part of the job is you're going out and meeting people, sometimes for the first time, and you're having to make judgments about how they interact with you.
4 of CFS's top leaders, including its head director, sat down with News 5 to explain the agency's procedures. And what they detailed was a job that never ends in difficulties that only a few can comprehend.
There is a side to this work that people really do not understand.
Roughly every 10 minutes last year, a call came into the agency's hotline, which is operated 24/7. From there, a social worker will determine if the complaint has merit, and a supervisor will determine if it is an emergency or a non-emergency.
Emergency basically means that a child is at imminent risk. The person who is providing harm to that child has access to the child, and the child is in danger at that moment.
In emergencies, specialists have to respond within an hour. Non-emergencies, it's 24 hours. As the investigation progresses, that imminent risk standard also applies to whether the agency has cause to remove the child. In the case of Aniya Day, officials have said that that threshold could not be met on 3 separate occasions.
I think the greatest misconception the public has is that we can prevent bad things from happening to children. And we alone can't do that. We respond to the calls that we get. We do a good job of getting out and making sure that kids are safe. But at the end of the day, we can't be the only people in town that are protecting children. It's not doable.
When a child dies or nearly dies, the agency conducts a complete review, walking a case from beginning to end, examining every aspect of the agency's involvement. It is assumed that Aniya's case is no different.
It's another misconception of the community. The staff in this building mourn with the community. What I will tell you is we don't kill children. And so I say that to my staff all the time. We don't kill children. Our job is to protect children, and we do the very best we can.
And we're told the internal investigation into the agency's handling of the Aniya Day case remains under review. And we also touched on caseloads, talked quite a bit about that. And I asked the director if caseloads now are where she would like them to be. Hear her answer coming up at 6. Reporting live in Cleveland, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.